Joined now by John O'Shea, PRO, the West Board, to discuss this evening's Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship Round 1 fixture between Eire Og and the Cartys and Owen and Sean Treacys, which saw Sean Treacys come good in the second half after going 5 points down early on, with a very strong second half performance, trying to claim victory over Eire Og and a scoreline of 4-17 to 3-13. John, your views on it?
Yes, Francis, look at, as you said there, an even enough game from the start there. Tracy's probably relying a bit there on Pat Dawson there from frees there. After Brian Carey got an early goal there after 4 minutes. Continued in that mode up along there, so within 24 minutes of the half there, Conor O'Brien was hauled down there in the square. Dalamoni came up and he dispatched the penalty low there. So it was 2-5 to 1-5 at that stage, and a late Patrick Carey point in at the 2-5 to 1-6 for Eire Og at half time. Second half, come on, Dinny Cross got a quick score after that, and Dawson kept them in play there. But Aidan Griffin got in for a goal there 3 minutes after the start, and all of a sudden it was 3-6 to 1-7. You know, you say Anacarty were going to drive on then, but you know, Mikey Feehan got in for a goal then there. Pat Dawson made a lot of running. Feehan got in for the goal, and all of a sudden it was back to 2 points, and a Darragh Kennedy point then tied the game up again. But that was a period there in the second half where Tracy's sort of took over there. But then again, Anacarty came back again, but it was Pat Dawson then from a free 2-13 to 3-10 there after 18 minutes, and but the last 10-15 minutes was all Tracy's there. Pat Deegan really came into the game there, and he hit some great points there. Tracy's were awarded the penalty there 9 minutes from time. Shane Stapleton came up, but Mooney got down low tad, and he got it out at the expense of a 65 there, which Pat Dawson put up. So that was a let off for Eire Og at that stage, at a period when Tracy were just leading by 2 points. But I suppose the real turner in the game came there 2 minutes of normal time. I suppose a bit of fooling by Eire Og in the back, a ball that they could have cleared and should have cleared, but instead of that, Donald Dwyer attempted a back pass to Dalamoni in the goals, but Mooney wasn't in the goals. Francis, the goals was wide open and the ball went in, so it was an OG. So that was a real drive on for Tracy's there. And after that, Pat Deegan finished with 2 points. So it was 4-17 to 3-13. Probably Tracy's deserved their victory, but not by that much, Francis. I think it was a tighter game than the final scoreline would suggest. So it's on next weekend now. Tracy's take on Cashel King Cormacs in round 2 next weekend. And the following weekend there, Eire Og and Anacarty will take on Cashel. But look, it's still all to play for. Tracy will be happy this evening, getting that first victory over there. In round 1, in a 3-team competition, it's very important to get the first game over and get a win in the bag. And you know, they're sort of halfway as it is to one leg in a West final, Francis.
Yeah, it was a huge second half. I suppose the likes of Darragh Kennedy coming on. I think Shawnee Ryan Rogers settled them when he came on into defence as well. Pat Deegan really did a lot of running. Feehan did a lot of running there as well in the second half. They seemed to get an awful lot of joy out of that, and kind of when they were running at Eire Og, it seemed to cause a lot of problems to the Eire Og defence.
It did, and look, but you're right about Shawnee Rogers there. He came on in the second half there. He came on around what time? 5 minutes into the second half, and he really tightened up the defence, and there was good quality ball coming out of it. He was using all his experience. What you call him came on as well there. Darragh Kennedy, as you said there, and Jody Rogers came on. Like, they were able to bring lads on that contributed, but you know, they had a lot of young legs there as well. But as I said, Pat Deegan to me was the man in the second half there when it really mattered in the last 10 minutes there, and he scored. What did he score? He scored 3 great points there in the last 6 minutes of play, and that's and coupled then with the OG, that was the difference really. And if you leave the OG out of it there, you know, Deegan was really the difference finishing up, because he finished very, very strongly.
Yeah, he did. In fairness to Eire Og, I think they never really gave up. But the turning point, as you said, early in the first half, we thought was a 5-point lead that Eire Og got.
Yeah.
But Tracy said it wiped out very quickly. And in fairness to Matt Feehan, he 2 or sorry, Mikey Feehan, he two misses there early on, he two missed hit shots. But he got in for the goal, he scrambled it in, and it seemed to give Sean Treacys fierce confidence then after that as well.
It did, because his initial, he fumbled the initial ball, but he had the sense there, he got the boot to it and got it over the line, like, you know. And the second, what's the last goal then, as I said, we know all about the last one there, but look at, I think Treacy's bench actually stood to them today. If you compare that to Anacarty didn't have the bench. Now, we know that they are struggling for a while, Anacarty, and they're relying. Now, Kevin Fox missed today through injury. Whether he'll be back for in 2 weeks' time against Cashel now is anybody's guess. I think there's a hand injury he has, but he was a big old loss around the edge of the square. He'd be able to, you know, he'd be causing problems to the Treacys defence. But look at, as I said, there was a 7 points in it in the finish, but on the scoreboard, but it certainly wasn't a 7-point game, Francis. And I'm looking forward now to next Sunday to see Cashel coming out in this job, because Cashel would be favourites in a lot of people's eyes, and right, justifiably so there for this championship. But you know, like Treacys, he'll have a say in the destination of the new Johnny Lahey Cup, which has been played for the first time this year, having been presented there by Kevin Lahey there 2 weeks ago there to the board to replace the old Johnny Lahey Cup.
Just a quick mention there, I thought Derek Kelly, one of the younger players, was a real standout player, especially in the first half and even the second half there. He seemed to cause Sean Treacys endless problems. He was out numerous times first to the ball as well.
He did, and I think he got in for that goal there. If they were right there on that, Francis, he got in for a goal there just a minute into injury time before the break. That ball came up from Donald the Wire up the field there, and he was out in front, turned his man, and back of the net. You know, that was a real boost for Eire Og coming up to half time, like.
John, we'll leave it there, and we'll hope you back again for the next stage and another quick roundup. Thanks very much.
All right, Francis.